Last week from the playoffs, trying to deal a critical blow to the Cowboys' chances in the East. Driscoll sidearms it. Catch made by Moore. Moore hangs on. Moore lunging for the goal line. He's down inside the one.
Oh, he thought he scored.
He's flipping the ball in the air like it's a touchdown. And they've marked him down at the one. He says, wait a minute, that's a score. The kicking team was on its way onto the field for the extra point.
That right knee was down, I think, right at the goal line. They nailed this call. It's not easy for the officials. You see him stretch it out, but that knee's down already.
Outstanding call by the officials. And now 3rd and goal. Just a giant play for the Dallas Cowboys here. 3rd down and goal. Burkhead upended in the backfield. DeMarcus Lawrence with the play of the day so far for Dallas.
I mean, look at this penetration by DeMarcus Lawrence off the edge. I mean, that's what you need. In the biggest moments, you need your biggest stars to shine the brightest. And he sure understood the situation. He knew the assignment, man. Get this guy down in the backfield.
They're going for it, Mark, on 4th down. Do you like the decision?
They're going jumbo package. I think if you're 1-10-1, you know.
Why not?
Why not, man? Throw the kitchen sink out there.
Listen to this place.
Oh, wow, this crowd's going off.
And we've got a whistle and a timeout used by Houston first.
First, charge timeout, Houston. This will be a 30-second timeout.
3:25 to play in the 4th. Houston 23, Dallas 20. Laura Open, what's the update on rookie running back Dameon Pierce for Houston?
Yeah, because right now it's about the time you'd start expecting to say his name, but he is not in there. He is out with an ankle injury.
He played a strong game today.
I was a little shocked too on that play before, just to challenge it potentially by Lovey, only to set up potentially your 4th down call. You know what I mean? Just you're going to burn a timeout anyway. But regardless, 1-10-1, why not?
4th and goal. Driscoll turns. Driscoll stopped.
Did he go the wrong way on the? I think he went the wrong way on the speed option.
Anthony Barr was in the right place if Driscoll went the wrong way. And the Texans do not score on the interception.
Well, we got some wires crossed here. Driscoll's going to open up this way. The back's going that way. I thought it was going to be speed option down the line. Unless they're teaching him to just, no, see, he's looking for Burkhead quickly, unless it's just a quick reverse pivot, pirouette to speed option. I don't know.
Well, he seemed surprised, and so did Burkhead.
And you could tell by their conversation walking off the field that something was off. Regardless, huge play for Dallas.
And over the middle, Schultz is open across the 20. And Schultz, progress stopped near the 23 by Petrie and Owens. A 21-yard pickup, and Dallas moves into a little more open space on the field.
Well, this is just a huge read by Dak. I mean, they finally caught him in single high coverage, and that's the kind of layering throw that he needed a couple times earlier in this game. He's starting to dial in.
Prescott under pressure, able to elude the rush, pumps.
Oh, I love it.
And the run out of bounds.
Out in space, you got to steal a pump. Steal a pump and steal some yards. He put Thomas, like Chick Hearn used to say, in the popcorn machine. Watch this, the big eyes. Look, he's selling it, man. Give my man an Oscar. He got the cameraman. Look,
almost looked like he
stealing a
laughed.
couple yards. I know he was kind of laughing. Oh, I love it.
2nd and 1. Prescott again finds his tight end Dalton Schultz. Schultz looking for the edge, down at the 45. Draymond Smith with the tackle, 13-yard gain, back to the line they go.
It was just a 2-man gain by Ezekiel Elliott and Schultz. And basically, Ezekiel Elliott was fast to the flat. Schultz on the quick sit route, the stick route, and they created a natural pick. Dak did a good job letting it go.
Ezekiel Elliott hit hard in Houston territory inside the 49 by Christian Kirksey. 7-yard pickup.
Could be the 2-minute warning. I think they're going to show like they're going to go to a play here.
And they're going to stop it. It'll take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go in Dallas. The Houston Texans, looking for win number 2 on the year, lead by 3 late. Stay tuned. After this one is over, we'll send you to the State Farm game break with Kurt and the guys. Will those guys on your screen be happy?
Well, let me frame this here real quick. You got 3 timeouts. If for some reason the Cowboys are unable to get a first down here, they could potentially go for it, knowing that they have timeouts to stop Houston's offense and potentially get the ball back.
Prescott to CeeDee Lamb, short of the first down.
Right at the sticks.
Game break to Carissa Thompson.
Thanks, Kevin. Quickly let you guys know what's coming up next. It's America's Game of the Week. Tom Brady grew up a Niners fan. He's got some friends and family in the crowd today, and he'll take on Brock Purdy. Coming up next.
First down for the Cowboys. Dak sneaks it on 3rd and short.
Yeah, in case you missed that surge.
Quite the surge it was up front,
from the offense up front. What a beautiful picture that was.
First down and 10. Prescott in the pocket. Throws to the sideline. What a catch! Noah Brown!
Wow. Coming up big, Noah Brown. On the corner route. Check this route out. It's such a tough throw to get that ball up and down in between a corner and safety in that classic patented cover 2 that Lovie Smith made so popular in Chicago with the Bears with the likes of Lance Briggs, Urlacher, Peanut Tillman. Trying to play it here, and Dak surgical with the throw and hits Noah Brown.
.114 to go. Texans clinging to a 3-point lead, but the Cowboys trying to pull one out late. Noah Brown.
Look at the standings.
Cowboys absolutely have to win this game to stay within shouting distance of the Eagles in the East.
What a turnaround for the NFC East. I mean, from least to beast. They got 3 potential teams making the playoffs, and Dallas wants to be one of them.
Prescott over the middle. Schultz has it. 1st and goal, Cowboys. Clinical drive being put on by Dak Prescott in Dallas.
Dak just as cool as the other side of the pillow. Shout out Stuart Scott. I mean, it's just beautiful throw from the back end.
Houston with the timeout.
I mean, watch this throw down the middle. Here goes Dalton Schultz finding the soft spot. Just that middle read, and he throws it almost into a defensive team meeting there. Look at all these defenders around him. He's got everybody there. Goes up, high points the football. And Dak, what an excellent throw. Just over the hands of Kirksey. I mean, Kirksey looks like he's on a trampoline out there. He's jumped up for a couple footballs, and he's got his hand on a bunch of footballs. What a throw by Dak Prescott.
Well, this drive started with a similar throw to Dalton Schultz when they were down at their own 2-yard line.
Exactly right. Exactly right. He's really feeling it. And that's when he's at his best.
3 catches for 52 yards for Schultz on this drive alone. 1st and goal, Dallas. Down 3, under a minute.
Run it.
It's Zeke. Down at the 2.
Great call. Milk some of that clock.
Houston, I believe, is going to use its final timeout here to try to buy time on the back end, assuming that the Cowboys score.
Exactly right.
So the NFC playoff picture would change considerably if Dallas does not punch this in and steal the win away from Lovie Smith's Houston Texans. Cowboys right now in that 5 seed, 2 games back of the Eagles in the division. Vikings, Niners, Buccaneers, the division leaders at this point. Still a lot of teams in the hunt, but for the Dallas Cowboys, if they have any designs at all on the East, this is an absolute must win. But it's going to come down to the wire. I don't know that anybody expected that when they walked into AT&T Stadium today.
Well, here's my favorite personnel that they got out there. It's that pony personnel. They got both halfbacks in there with Dak.
Pollard in motion. Elliott
there's Elliott.
Prescott looking. Has time. Pumps. Throws. End zone. It is caught.
Oh, no.
Did he drop it? Did he secure it? Incomplete. Gallup had it, and the hit jarred it loose.
Oh, man. What a hit by Owens. I mean, this is just an absolute headshot. Shout out Call of Duty. Wow. Boom. He played it right with his shoulder. Played it right. Zach was so patient. Hold on to that football.
Dean Blandino,
they got to review this, right?
He came out. What's the ruling here on the field? Incomplete is the call.
Yeah, I think it's a good call on the field. He's got to get both feet down and then perform an act common to the game. He didn't do that prior to going to the ground, knocked to the ground, loses control when he hits the ground. That, to me, is an incomplete pass and a really good call on the field.
Yeah, they're going to look at it to be sure. And nothing wrong with the hit of Jonathan Owens, right, Dean? We talk about hits and contact and everything. Nothing wrong with that.
No, good legal hit, shoulder to the body. It is a defenseless player, but you can see that contact is not to the head neck area.
Yep.
All right, Dean, thanks so much. Dean Blandino with us in our...
See, I feel like one of these officials, Dean. I mean, trying to call that. You see the collision so quickly and all these plays. I mean, we get the convenience of watching from home in slow speed and frame by frame. But when it happens fast on the field like that, that's a thankless job down there for those guys in those Foot Locker uniforms.
I'll tell you though, Mark, the difference in these games is just a matter of a little extra pressure on one moment of the football, a little extra squeeze here or there, and
game of inches. Al Pacino, any given Sunday, man. But listen, any given Sunday, a team like Houston, 110-1, can come into your building and ruin your Sunday. I mean, completely wreck your playoff hopes potentially.
Here we go.
After review, the receiver did not get his second foot down prior to hitting the ground.
Dean,
he did not hold on
all
to the
over
ball.
it, baby.
Therefore, it is an incomplete pass. Third down.
All right, we're going to look at it one more time, full speed. This is how they call it real time.
What a hit.
And now 3rd and goal. 46 seconds to go.
Still got 2 timeouts.
Zeke up the middle, into the end zone for the touchdown. Cowboys take the lead on the Ezekiel Elliott touchdown run. Woo. And an 11-play, 98-yard potential game-winning drive.
And watch this surge up front by the Dallas Cowboys. Double teams across the board. Look at them move the line of scrimmage almost all the way to the goal line, to the front part of that goal line, white stripe. And there goes Ezekiel Elliott behind his guys up front. Zach Martin's not even in your screen, number 70. He threw somebody out of the club. And then Zeke fakes the kettle jump. Salvation Army. Wow, look at that.
No fine for Zeke, but love for the Salvation Army nonetheless.
I mean, they got to love that. It's become an iconic thing here. I mean, between that and Big Tex at the State Fair, they got Bucky the Beaver at all those gas stations in that Salvation Army bucket circa 2016 when Zeke started that whole thing off.
It was the longest drive for Dallas to take the lead in the 4th. Since week 17 of 2017 when they were in Philadelphia. They went 99 yards on that drive. This one, 98. to take the 27-23 lead. Houston, no timeouts left and 41 seconds to work. They need a touchdown.
And, you know, in my opinion, Dak's got to go back and look at these first 3 quarters, some of those interceptions, and really, you know, take a look in the mirror, give himself some hard coaching, because there's some throws in there I know he's going to want back. However, when the game's on the line, my man was absolutely nails. And that's what you want out of your quarterback, a gamer, a winner. He's the ultimate competitor, and it really shows.
Dak Prescott and the Cowboys. Just an outstanding drive when the game was on the line for Dallas.
And the pump fake to steal him some yards to get a first down right there. Then you see some of these layered throws. The corner route in cover 2. Schultz up top, just deadly accurate. And then all reliable Ezekiel Elliott punching it in.
No timeouts for Houston. Cowboys rush 3. Ogunbowale trying to get out of bounds. He does, but no gain on the play.
And remember, to get out of bounds, it's one thing to exit the field of play. It's another thing to have your momentum going forward. That was close. If they can hold him and keep his momentum going backwards or laterally, they'll run that clock, which is exactly what Trayvon Diggs was trying to do.
So it's 2nd and 10 now.
No timeouts, got to score a touchdown, 35 seconds. Deep in your own territory. This is, my man Mills is up against it now.
Mills with pressure up the middle. Directing traffic on the run, throwing over the middle. He's got Chris Moore. Moore into Dallas territory at the 44, clock running, 23 seconds and counting.
And DeMarcus Lawrence almost had him in the backfield. Mills, more athletic than I think he gets credit for, escapes the pocket, delivers a huge chunk play that they desperately needed. See if they can start taking some shots at the end zone, gain a couple more yards, get out of bounds, try and take some shots at the end zone.
14 seconds to go, 2nd and 10. The ball at the 44-yard line of Dallas.
Yeah, really about 2 plays left. Try and get positive yards and then heave one up and hope for a miracle. But I think the tide really turned when they gave Dallas that opportunity after the 4th down, right? They had a timeout to really get their ducks in order and in line, and they get stopped on the speed option. Now Mills is up against it. Got a ton of space in the middle of the field. You see Dallas hoping he throws it in here so they could rally and tackle.
Flag down. There was movement on the left side of the line. This is a false start. This play did not happen. The false start on the left side of the Texans' offensive line is going to cost Houston.
False start.
Oh, that's going to hurt him.
Number 78. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
That's the Pro Bowler Laramie Tunsil.
And just a crucial false start right there. You see him get the early start. 78, Laramie Tunsil, who they acquired from Miami.
What do you do with it as a quarterback here? You're at the 49-yard line. You obviously need a touchdown. You have maybe 2 or 3 plays left.
Most importantly, they got to just get a quick completion, get out of bounds, and then try and take a shot at the end zone. Watch him try and oh, wow, 2 in a row. Oh, man.
Number 78. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
The moment feeling pretty big for Houston.
That's that Micah Parsons effect. You see him, you know you got him barreling down on you. You want to get a little bit of a jump start. It was funny talking to him in that production meeting saying, you know, how do you know you're in the game? You need a sack, you need a tackle, what do you need? Because I just need 1 rep. And I know if that tackle makes a big set and oversets, he's scared of my speed. I could use my power.
2nd and 20. Mills flushed.
That's going to be it.
Heaving it deep.
Great.
High arcing toss for the end zone. It is intercepted. Cowboys pick it off in the end zone. And Dallas will avoid a Texas-sized upset. Israel Mukuamu with the interception to ruin the hopes of the Houston Texans.
Well, look at all the Dallas Cowboy defenders in the spot where the ball's landing. I mean, it's like they switch roles right there. That's where the Texans are supposed to be to try and tip. But look at that. I mean, that's just a defensive team meeting all right there. All the guys. It's your local congregation there getting together.
Fitting on a Sunday as the Cowboys win it 27-23.
Much closer than they wanted, but a win's a win.
For Mark Sanchez and Laura Oakman, I'm Kevin Kugler. We head now to Detroit for the conclusion of the Vikings and the Lions.